One thing that I have always said is that if I'm gonna stand behind something, I mean it. One thing that I want to do for y'all is I want to document 1 week, just 1 week on Retatrutide. Retatrutide from one of the companies that I work with personally, and is if you come with me, this is what you will be getting yourself. Again, I'm gonna document just 1 week. I'm not even gonna take the full lowest dose. I'm literally just gonna go to half of the lowest dose, which is 1 milligram. Okay, come with me in this journey, and you're gonna see that this is gonna be amazing for you if you want to bring it up in your routine. Now, one thing I want to point out, you see, I'm not a fat guy. I'm not. I'm pretty fit. That's one thing that I do want to highlight. Like I am pretty fit, or I try at least, and you will see that like have abs, but it's not enough for me. The thing is, when you get into these journeys, you end up becoming very, very, how can I say, you end up having a lot of body dysmorphia, and that's something I've been dealing with almost my entire life. Being a small dude, not being buff enough, not being strong enough, not being cut enough. So, it is what it is. But I want to tell y'all, 1 week, and you'll see the difference. So right now, let me walk y'all through, see how much I weigh real quick. Okay, let's see where I'm at. Y'all just seen right now, I weighed myself in. I'm about 154 point something. For me, the goal after 1 week is to be about between 149 to 151, and that is with food. So that is the goal. Not to be dehydrated or anything, just living my normal life. And I will document what my week looks like. I'll document when I give my shot. You'll see all that stuff. All right, just stay tuned, stay motivated. Okay, so one thing that you want to do is when you're taking this GLP medication is you want to make sure that you are eating a good healthy meal. In my case, I had some beef and broccoli along with a little bit of rice. But you want to do that because what's going to happen once you take your shot, your digestive system is going to slow down. Part of this GLPs and GIPs what it does is it slows down your digestive system, so you're actually full a little bit longer. So if you decide to have something greasy or something that's bad, or even alcohol right before you have your shot, that's going to be stuff that's going to be in your system a lot longer than you want it to be, because it's unhealthy. And the point of starting this journey is to make sure that you're able to begin getting healthy. So it's something to consider before you're taking your first shot of GLP medication. Okay, it's just think about what you're consuming, especially because you're supposed to be consuming less. So the less you consume, the less bad you want to consume. Alright, so this is just prepping the injection, so y'all see. And I'm gonna hide the company a little bit. Let's see what it gets. But you can see what it is. But it's still, it's just simple. Cleaning off the side with the same one, cleaning out the area. Letting it dry. Letting it dry. What I like to do is when I get the needle and I draw the medication, is what I do is inject the same amount of air that I'm taking for this case because of how I mixed it. Put 40 units. Normally it's not that much. I poke it right. You'll see that there's a thing right there like a little bullseye. That's where you want to poke it. You want to inject the air, the medication. And just keep going and going and going until all the medication is drawn. Go, 40 units. One of the cool parts about this is that when you mix it with a lot of water, you can control it. So this shouldn't be enough. I've done this one before, but sometimes people they have to go in between doses. So if the lowest dose is 2 milligrams, then you go up to 4, but some people need to do 3, or some even need to do 2.5 milligrams instead of all the way 3. You're able to control it more if you mix it with a little bit more water. But here's how it is. You pick the spot, you look at the area, get a little bit of fat. As you can see, stay skinny, but I feel fat, so that's why I'm going. Poke it straight in and just push the fluid in. Very easy, very quick. As they say, very demure. Push it out, come back. 100% painless. 100% painless. So this is starting the first day of the GLP. I don't feel hungry, but what I do need to do, still gotta consume something, and one thing that I always lean to is this thing right here. It's clear protein. It's very light. So if we're gonna do my breakfast, at least to make sure that I'm getting the protein right in, making sure that everything's going smoothly throughout this whole process of my week 1. So one thing that I actually appreciate about this brand right here is a clear protein from Retatrutide, whatever it is. That it doesn't taste like that chalky, all that weird stuff. It literally tastes like drinking fruit punch, so it's pretty good and it's very light on your stomach, so it doesn't make you feel bloated, especially when you're taking these GLP medications. So if you're on them, do yourself a favor and go for some clear protein. So just to give you all an update on how my second day went, or my first day technically, because I just gave my shot, went to sleep, and then the second day, when it comes to food, I only had that one protein shake in the morning, had a couple of pieces of beef broccoli, and I mean a couple, like very little, and like 3 chicken nuggets. That was all I was able to eat all day, on top of drinking water. That's a big thing. So if you're ever wondering what GLPs do, they definitely lower down your appetite. Again, Reta is one of the least appetite suppressants, yet it took a lot of me, so it's something to consider. But feeling good, off to the gym. So I made it to the gym. One thing that I started doing is going to Planet Fitness, though it has a very bad rep, and I don't blame them. They give you pizza for lunch. That is not the way. But one thing that I do think is really cool is that it's so close to my house. It's literally about I want to say about like a 2.5 minute drive, so it's hard to beat. And they started bringing in some better machines, so I think they got a little bit with the times where some people that wanted to go to the gym also wanted to work out a little bit. The other good thing about it is that it's super cheap. Now for me myself, there was a glitch in their system, so I ain't gonna lie, I haven't been charged for like about 3 years. It's like literally my account is active but my payments at 0. I don't know what happened, but I'm not complaining, so I use it when I can. Here, what do I got playing on my... Look at that. If you're not, you know. Now this I shouldn't be taking, but especially on GLP. But I need it. So one thing that I personally like to do, fill in my water. But also one thing that I do in my workouts, how I set them up is with AI. A lot of people hate ChatGPT and AI, and sometimes I do too. It's annoying when people don't know how to use it. but I did do it to give me a really good workout routine that I've been doing lately. And it does a good job, but you have to understand how to prompt it. If you don't know how to prompt this thing, it's gonna give you garbage. But that'll probably be another video showing you how to prompt AI in order to make it better. So today I have day 2, which if you cannot see, it's going to be pretty much back pull, basically pull day. Let's go. Hey, doing sir. It got me. I don't often do this thing, but it's a good back day, so let's see what we got. What's the first one? Oh yeah, so I gotta do some lat pull downs and stuff.
Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good.
Ain't nobody stopping me. Ain't nobody stopping me. Ain't nobody stopping me. Ain't nobody stopping me.
So one thing I was supposed to do, I was supposed to do a little bit more bicep work, but because of how time is going, I just decided to do a super burnout, which is basically 6 sets of 21s. If you don't know what 21s are, they're half reps up, half reps from the top down, and then full reps all the way down. So you do 7, 7, 7, making it 21, and I did that 6 times. So now it's time to hit them abs.
Oh, that's real good.
All right, so that was it for today. Those are, at least for the in-gym part version of it. That's it, but since right now I kind of did finish a little bit early, what I'm gonna try to do is I'm going to do a couple miles, probably 3-mile run, a quick little 3-mile run just to make sure that I'm staying in shape. Again, the GLP medication sometimes will drain your energy and you just can't let it win, so you gotta be more mental about it. But I'm telling you, like, once you get past those little mental barriers, it is so worth it. It is so worth it. So before I had my surgery, one thing that, just to give you a little conversation, right? Before I had my surgery, one of the things that I loved the most is once I got to like a good healthy weight as far as lifting goes, what ended up happening is I was able to take the GLP. I did a GLP-3, and then like I started dropping the weight and I was ripped. Like I went from 6 to 8 pack real quick, and it was real nice. But I know that I was going into surgery, so I know how to get in the best shape that I possibly could. And then, that's fucking weirdo. All right, so that was a good little pause. So as I was saying, when I did that, I was like, I got really ripped, and it was amazing. I was looking good. But what ended up happening is, I had to get surgery, and when I tell you, when they took everything, the first time I took everything off, I could not recognize myself. Like, I was so swollen. I looked nasty. It was messing with my emotions. I'm still recovering from it, so it's still messing with my emotions, but I'm trying to make sure that I heal up, but I need to get back. I need to get back to it. It's more mental than anything at this point. But all that being said, it's time to go for a run. Okay, so what has my day 3 on Reta been looking like? I don't know if I skipped one or not. I don't think so. But honestly, for the most part, I still been feeling great. Though I have been eating very little, and by very little, I mean yesterday I believe I had 1.5 meals. Again, I still have the same beef broccoli, and now I want a little bit more. I've tried to drink a coffee every single day, but I've not finished it, and that's just basic homemade coffee. I've not been able to finish it since I've taken Reta, and it's just for feeling full and not needing it. And that's one thing that I always tell people. For me, my experience is that with Reta, you don't lose too much energy. Like, I don't feel like I need that coffee, it's just there. And let's see, I don't know what it's in English, but it's like a meat sandwich. It's called a torta with carne asada inside, but not heavy, not full. That was pretty much my main meal all day yesterday and the day before. So the thing is, my wife cooked on Monday, and well, we still been surviving on the same food because I haven't ate it. Or yeah, pretty much that's it. Alright, so today is upper body. Yesterday I did lower body, but today is upper body. So what I tend to do on the second days, right? So I'm switching it up where I'm doing push, pull, legs, then upper body, lower body, and then I just stick with cardio throughout the weekend. So today is the upper body, which what I tend to do is do 100 reps of exercise per body part. Meaning, if I'm doing shoulders, I'll do 100 reps of different exercises combined in order to reach to 100 reps. So I'm gonna do what's called push press, lateral raises, and probably arm press. And then I move on to the rest of the part of the body until I do 100 with all the parts of the top. And then tomorrow I do 100 with all the bottom parts. So it should be interesting. It'll make more sense once you see it. Alright, so I just finished the workout for the day. Yeah, if it's a little muggy, it's Florida. It stays muggy. But, so in short, what I was trying to explain inside, and I'm sure I have some B-roll there. What I did is, I do normally push, pull legs. And then for the final 2 days of the week, I would do upper half and lower half of the body, all right? So that's what I ended up doing today, which ended up working out fine. See if this sticks here. It does, cool. Yeah, so that's what I ended up doing today. It was pretty decent workout. I always finish with abs. I always add abs. And then the other thing that I always do is I make sure that I have, people here are fucking weird. Sorry, excuse my language. Anyways, I always make sure that I have abs and I do some sort of cardio every single day. That's just to keep the blood pressure down, to keep the heart rate in a good rate. If you can, you always want to aim to be within the 50s and 60s of resting heart rate. Some say that that's a little excessive. I think that it's doable, you just gotta want it. So that's normally how I operate. I do try to do some sort of cardio every single day to include the days off, whether it's walking on the beach or doing anything like that. So it's just things to consider while you're trying to go on your weight loss journey. But again, so this is day 3 or 4 at this point. I'm getting lost in the days. With the Reta, I don't feel bad. I don't feel low energy. I don't feel anything. And again, I take only 160 milligrams of caffeine. That's it, which is not much. And that gets me through the entire day while I'm on Reta. Now, when I'm not on Reta, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit harder for me to last the day with that little bit of caffeine. So I normally do a coffee in the morning and then a coffee like around midday, and then I survive the rest of the day. So it's things to consider. So price, let's talk price, right? How you can see it is that, yeah, you'll pay for the medication, but you're saving on what you're consuming. That's a way to justify it to yourself, because ultimately it's about long-term health. And there's ways to supplement the nutrients that you're not getting by the food that you're not intaking, which is via like a multivitamin or something like that. But also understanding that you do save by not consuming so much food. And food gets expensive, especially if you're talking about eating out, going to restaurants, things like that. It gets really, really expensive. So that's something that you don't want to do. So think about that when you're looking into your weight loss journey. Think about that when you're looking into any sort of GLPs. And of course, I can always help you out. Shoot me a message, whatever, we can work something out in order to help you be successful in this journey. I don't believe that health should be expensive. That's just me. I don't believe that health should be expensive. The United States is different. I don't believe that though. Okay, so I got to my 5th day on Reta, and let me tell you, the hunger came back towards the end of day 4. And yeah, yesterday was the first day I was able to eat 3 full meals. Now there were small meals, but still ate 3 times yesterday. Still small portions, but it seems like the hunger did come back. Now when I ate, I still got full really fast, so it's still good. So I still minimizing my calorie and my calorie intake and stuff. So those things work out. Now when I woke up this morning, as after eating breakfast, I was down to 149. So think about it. I think we started at 154. Now I'm at 149. So that's like 5 pounds in 5 days. That's so you have an idea of how good this medication can be for you. Now, do I see myself still losing a little bit more weight as we continue? 100%. I think that if we're continuing on this route, I'm going to go to probably about 148, 147 by Sunday. But we'll see what that looks like at the end of it. But like now I'm hungry, so that means I still will be eating. So I'm either going to maintain at the 149, or I'm going to probably go down to 147. And then when I get back to the 1 week off, it's probably going to be at 152. Then when I go back again, it'll probably be down to about 146-ish. Because the lower in weight you go to your natural abilities of losing weight and what your normal frame is and what your normal size is, the slower the weight loss gets. So if you're 6'1", once you get to about the 180s and stuff, that's where you kind of start slowing down. So it's just things to consider, which is nothing wrong with that. It depends on where you want to be. Me personally, I like to float around between the 147, 149 range. Me personally, the highest 150, but that would be with loads of muscle. So yeah, I mean, again, I've still been feeling good, nothing too crazy. Everything's been going well. So I'm honestly surprised of the fact that it was 5 pounds in 5 days. So yeah, thank you. So overall, I finished out the week at 149 pounds. That is not bad. Some people really struggle to get there. I did that all in 6 days. How? With Reta. To recap, Reta is one of the best creations that has been done out there for weight loss and weight loss management. It's not as strong as Sema at suppressing your appetite, but it definitely does that. As I mentioned, the first 2 days I barely ate, maybe ate 1 meal or something. But I will say towards yesterday and today, the hunger definitely came back. Now the hunger is there, I feel it, but it's not enough for like, oh, I gotta eat. So it works out, and I still get full pretty fast. And again, this is the final day. I'm not doing it again as far as like straight in a row like you should. The reason is because I don't need to lose too much weight. I just use it to maintain, to do a quick little cut to get my stomach and everything back in order, and that's it. But a lot of people that use it long term have very good results. As I mentioned, throughout this whole week, I haven't felt low energy whatsoever. I haven't felt anything negative. The first day I had a little bit of nausea, but I think it's because I overate the day that I took the shot. The actual day that I took the shot, I did overeat a little bit, thinking that it should last me longer, but I think that actually ended up biting me in the butt. Outside of that, like, everything was great. The whole week was great. I think that if you have an opportunity and you're towards the tail end of your weight loss journey, implementing Reta instead of Trids or instead of Sema is going to be the best way to go. I always recommend everybody start with semaglutide first, because that really attacks that appetite suppression. Then move over to tirzepatide, because that one attacks appetite suppression, but it also works on your metabolism. And then move over to Retatrutide, which works on your appetite suppression, your metabolism, and also has a fat burning agent. Those three, the combination is good, except for it's just like a tool, right? If you have a knife, it's going to be good for cutting. It's going to be the best thing that you have for cutting. If you have a knife with the little thing at the end to break windows, it does do two things, but it's probably not as good as being a knife as an actual thing that was created for only to cut, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm making sense. And the thing with about Retatrutide is like a multi-tool. A multi-tool can do all kinds of things. A multi-tool is a little thing that you hold in it, you open it up, and it has all kinds of little tools that can do all kinds of things, but it's not as good as something that's created to do one specific task. So take that how you want to take it. At the end of the day, I feel great on the Retatrutide. I think I'm going to continue 1 week on, 1 week off until I feel very comfortable, which I think is probably going to be within the next month or so, not even that much. So I'm probably going to just do it 2 more times and that's it. Because from my experience last time when I did take it 2 weeks in a row, I still felt the effects on that 3rd week, and I still continued to lose, and I was looking ripped. Since I'm recovering from surgery, I still have to be a little bit cautious. So I still got to make sure that I'm getting some food and everything. And also, I don't have as much muscle as I did prior to the surgery. So if I cut, I'm going to be looking a little bit skinnier than what I like. So right now, I'm going to use it, take a break this week, go hard on the weights, and then go back to 1 week on. And hopefully it starts to continuously build the look that I'm trying to aim for. But everybody, thank you for watching it. If you watched it all the way through, any questions, leave them in the comments. Do not hesitate at all. I'll be reaching out to you. And if you're looking for a plug for Reta, I am your man. I am 100% your man. I'll be able to take care of you, hook you up with one of the best suppliers that I have, and be able to make sure that you are living your best life on it. Again, anything, leave it in the comments. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'm out.